What's up, y'all? Here for step 8, and you know the routine. Okay, so step 8. This step is all about identifying the damage we caused. It doesn't matter whether we caused it because we were overtaken by rage, carelessness, or because we were afraid. It doesn't matter whether our actions were based in selfishness, arrogance, dishonesty, or another defect. Step 8 is a social house cleaning, just as step 4 was our personal house cleaning. In step 8, we're setting out to clean up all the bruised relationships and pockets of guilt, pain, fear, resentment, and sadness that are stored inside, stuck to our shameful past deeds. But this undealt with material blocks us from loving other people, ourselves, and God in the present. It's as if God were saying, okay, now you want me to take all of your character defects. Fine. Then you can be free and serene and the person I want you to be. But first, you must see that almost all your troubles involve other people. You try to control them one way or another or fix them. You have guilty or resentful feelings about them, or you have been so preoccupied with yourself and your feelings, dreams, and plans that you ignore them emotionally and cause them to experience some of their most fears being deserted. Now, I want you to face what you have done and own your part in hurting each person in your life so you can more move into the future I have for you unencumbered by the past and beginning to understand how not to keep repeating the mistakes of the past. Step 8 is not easy. It demands a new kind of honesty about our relations with other people. Step 8 starts the procedure of forgiving others and possibly being forgiven by them. Forgiving ourselves and learning how to live in the world. By the time we reach this step, we have become ready to understand rather than to be understood. We can live and let live easier when we know the areas in which we owe amends. It seems hard now, but once we have done it, we will wonder why we did not do it long ago. The final difficulty in working the eighth step is separating it from the ninth step. Projecting about actually making amends can be a major obstacle, both in making the list and in becoming willing. We do this step as if there were no ninth step. We do not even think about making the amends, but just concentrate on exactly what the step says, which is to make a list and to become willing. The main thing this step does for us is to help build an awareness that little by little we are gaining new attitudes about ourselves and how we deal with other people. Step 8 is the more specific person to person application of the shame reduction that was begun in step 4 and 5. Implicit in both step 8 and 9 is the assumption that we carry a toxic residue of shame from virtually every incident in which we have hurt, rejected, or ignored others. Step 8 and 9 provide us with the opportunity to reduce this guilt by setting, settling things right again, setting things right again. We should be cautioned, though, that we need to work through and grieve our underlying resentment, hurt, anger, and pain before trying to make amends to those who have also offended us. Otherwise, we are putting a bandage on a festering cancerous sore because the toxicity is still there. Only after it has been excised, we can release our resentments with a high degree of emotional integrity. We will know we are ready. We will know when we are ready and willing for this step, when we can apologize to those who hurt us, when we don't follow the philosophy of an eye for an eye and cross off the list those who have gotten revenge or those whom we feel deserve our ill treatment. This step is not about judging others. We need to pull back and into out humility and learn to replace judgment with attitudes of mercy and forgiveness. Whether our enemies ask for it or not, it is our responsibility to forgive them in our hearts and then apologize for our wrongdoing. This is the only attitude that will lead to emotional resolution. We need to demonstrate a spirit of goodwill. In this spirit, we assume that no one has harmed us on purpose, that any pain inflicted on us was an accident of circumstance. We can then we give then the benefit of the doubt. It is not our job or our concern to mention their transgressions and faults. Don't forget to make amends to those from whom have you have borrowed money or to whom you owe money. Instead of empathy, apologize. Make payments on your debts. Reflecting on all levels of your awareness is very important for a thorough eighth step. When making a list of the persons you have harmed, consider the following: the name of the person who has been harmed, memories of harm done, thoughts about the harm, feelings about the harm, intentions you now have, amends you can make for the harm caused. This step is about identifying the damage we cause. It doesn't matter whether we caused it because we were overtaken by rage, carelessness, or because we were afraid. It doesn't matter whether our actions were based in selflessness, arrogance, dishonesty, or another defect. It doesn't even matter that we didn't intend to cause someone harm. All the damage we cause is material for the eighth step. It may turn out that some of the harm we did can be repaired. It may even turn out that we ourselves can't directly make the repair. It may even turn out that we're not responsible for something we've placed on our eighth step list. Our sponsor will help us sort that out before we go on the ninth step. For now, our task is only to identify who harmed and what harm was and what the harm was and become willing to make amends. Some of us may still believe that we're basically nice people who have never truly harmed anyone except ourselves. This is if we're truly stumped about who belongs on our men's list. One, we have a vague idea that our family belongs there, but we're not sure why. It could be that we're overlooking something or that our denial is still pretty thick. Sometimes we're just not able to see the truth about certain situations, even after many years in recovery. A suggestion that many of us have followed is that if we think of someone to whom we seem to owe amends, but we can't think of the situation that resulted in our own amends, we put the name on the list anyway. Sometimes we think of the why later on. We should do the best we can with this step. For now, contact our sponsor and keep working on our recovery. As the saying goes, more will be revealed. We just need to keep an open mind so that when the knowledge comes, we'll be prepared to accept it in one view. The first three steps involve getting right with God. Steps 4 through 7 involve getting right with ourselves. And step 8 through 12 involves getting right with others. While straightforward, this analysis bypasses the point that all their steps have the benefit of getting right with ourselves. In working step 8 through 9, there's a benefit to the recipient of the amends, but the far greater benefit comes to the person who is working the steps. Again, note that restoring relations with others had the effect of renewing our relationships with our fellow man and worked against the egocentricity that he or she felt was the core of drugs and alcoholism. Okay, those are the messages of the 8 step, and pulled some backup cards. The mind. I look at this as stinking thinking. See how the mind is all crazy, and sometimes that's how we can be when you want to play the blame game, trying to when deep down inside we know the answers. And as it says, our sponsor will help us. We change into friendlier people. We have guidance. Be totally one with your spouse. And when you come together with your sponsor, y'all totally one together, breaking this thing down one step at a time. The source, God and us. Existence becomes living. And these steps sometimes carry intense energy. But as we acknowledge, accept, and be honest as possible, it will blow away. As long as we make the necessary changes to do what we need to do. Letting go fear, letting go of fear. Always comparison. Do not compare out, compare in. We may feel feelings of sorrow, regret. Sometimes we can't get the step completed right then and there, so it could be a postponement, but hold on. Conditioning. You'll have a rebirth, and that rebirth will bring on harmony. You'll start to feel balanced because you're doing the right thing for the right reason. And sometimes we may not be able to make that amends. But asking your sponsor, and God will reveal what's the next step. So I'm going to give affirmation. Before I close this out. I do not worry about things I cannot control. Definitely can't control other people. My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. What you seek is seeking you. And that, for me, that's a new way of life, a new way of thinking, a new way of being, and a new way of acting. I love and accept myself as I am everything and as I am, and everything in my life works. I don't mean I ain't gonna have situations, but there is a solution to everything. Stay stuck. I am becoming a better version of myself every day. My thoughts become reality. Thinking. Try to think positive. Okay. And another deck. I think I'm gonna give that one last because that's love and light. And pull two cards from this deck of affirmation. Well, they just flew up. Three of them came out. It's taken living through my darkest days to become the strongest version of myself. The card always comes out in every reading or every message. Sorry. I start my day with intention, grace, and care, and ease. I'm sorry. I will create beauty in the lives of others today, if I can. Sometimes you'll find that people just don't like you for no reason, but that's okay. Be all that you can be to the ones that's open. Everybody not everywhere at the same time in life. Different places, different things we go through, but still be respectful. I believe in change you must, or die you will. And today I want to live. I want to become a better version of myself. So it takes work. I'm so compassionate about what I'm doing. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. I would love to get more viewers. And these messages are not just for people that use drugs. We're people that have issues all over the world. Anyone can benefit from these messages for whatever you struggle with in life. It's about behaviors, past pains and hurts. So I ask God to use me for Him to get the glory, not me. I feel like I'm in my element. I feel fulfilled when I share and I care. Share this video with your friends and family. She's this deck is called She Believed She Could, So She Did. He believed he could, so he did. And they're all affirmations. I just want to see what else can fly out. Right? Okay. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. You have to participate relentlessly in the manifestation of your own blessings. If you hear a voice within you say, you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. If you can dream it, you can do it, whatever that may be. Being brave, kept courageous, honest, faithful, accepted, willing. Women must not accept, she must challenge. Men must not accept, they must challenge. Those were the messages for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow on step 9. Peace. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me give you a love and light card. Take a leap of faith. Open your heart. Sometimes you got to take a step back, breathe. You may have to pause sometimes. Change and transition. Change is not going to happen overnight. What brings peace and joy for me a lot is connecting with music. For this card is synchronicity. And for me, I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. And that's what you're saying to God. All right, that completes this video. See you guys tomorrow. Peace, love, and light. Hugs.